Hey trackies, welcome back to another video. Please remember to smash that subscribe button, double check, triple check, quadruple check to see if you're subscribed and get yourself subscribed to TXT Track Time News. Also, TXT Track Time, the main page is over there. And if you don't know, trackies, TXT Track Time is number one when it comes to entertaining sports commentary. And I can, make the argument for myself that, listen, I'm number one when it comes to commentary full stop, here on YouTube. Go argue with, somebody. Go argue with somebody that's not TXT Track Time. We're not going to have that argument here. But that being said, trackies, I'm excited. Hit the like button as well. That's how the video gets to the YouTube algorithm. Also, share the video if you care. I hope you care, so share. And yes, trackies, I'm looking forward to the discourse in the comment section below. That being said, all roads lead to Racers Grand Prix. I said this yesterday, trackies. We're excited for Racers on the 7th of June, which is Saturday. Yes, we are excited. Now, I know I said yesterday, unfortunately, I didn't realize that the start lists were out. Trackies kindly highlighted the fact that it's been out for weeks, but I've been looking in the wrong place, guys. So I do apologize. But yeah, the previews are definitely coming because I'm excited to talk about what to look forward to when we actually, head off over to Racers. That being said, though, before we get there, there's a big question that's swirling around, and it is, will Kishane Thompson be able to set a new world lead at the Racers Grand Prix? Now, you don't know how we stay trackies with Jamaican, and we expect enough from our athlete them. So, of course, he was posed this question in the lead up to the Racers Grand Prix, and this is what he had to say.
We're leading. What I have to say about that, stay tuned to Racers Grand Prix. Alright guys, you know the Prix, Racers Grand Prix. You get it? June 7th, come out. Kishane Thompson. Ready?
You heard them trackies. That was Kishane himself. On if you find on yourself a Racers, if you don't want to know about world lead and see him potentially drop a world lead on Saturday. But big and serious trackies. Personally, trackies for me, June is Kishane month. Now, some of y'all may not know what I mean when I say June is Kishane month, but think about it. He came on the scene in June 2023 in a big way. And yes, trackies, he has ran before in 2022, but as I've always said, nothing he did in 2022 or any year prior to that ever led us to believe that Kishane Thompson would have come out and go run 9.91 at the national championships in round one, the heat, and then we didn't see him again after that. But for sure, he left our jaws on the ground, wondering who was that. We all hit the internet Googling, who is Kishane Thompson? Never heard of him before. What races does he have out there? Let's see his history. That's literally what happened. And of course, in light of, his coach, Stephen Francis, saying, hey, he's kind of injury prone, so we're kind of limiting the races that he competes in. Fast forward to 2024, same way so, Bops, he comes out June again, trials again for the most part, trackies. Now, he did run, earlier on, right? But he didn't run the full 100. He did pull up in that particular race. But once he stepped out in June for trials, oh my gosh, he left the world utterly shocked with a 9.77 performance. So yeah, man, as far as I'm concerned, trackies, June is definitely Kishane month. And of course, with trials, just a mere 3 weeks out from the Racers Grand Prix, I'm expecting Kishane Thompson to come out and sure say, yeah man, my name Kishane. As he said, trackies, all eyes on him when he is competing.
I mean, long as I'm alive, I'm the one to watch,
Now, of course, the world lead right now stands at 9.86 seconds, jointly held by Kenny Benerick and Abdul Rashid trackies. And interestingly, both times were set last weekend. Now, Abdul Rashid is a collegiate athlete, and they have qualifiers heading into the NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships, and he banged out a 9.86 seconds. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen when they get to the actual, NCAA Outdoor Division 1 Track and Field Championships. That being said, Kenny Benerick, continuing his fantastic season, also dropped a 9.86 at the Grand Slam Track League Philadelphia leg. So awesome running, from these two athletes. But outside of that track is no one else has dipped below 9.90 seconds. And again, not many people have even dipped below sub 10 for this season. It's definitely been a very interesting year. We see a lot of the collegiates, doing well, and a few of the younger athletes that have recently turned pro. But given the fact that, the World Championships is in September, the excuse is being used that, hey, everybody's waiting to peak at the right time, so they're not trying to get into racing too soon. But yeah, at some particular point, track is where I'm going to start see fast running, or, I'm going to start to contemplate in my mind what I go on for 2025. That being said, I definitely think one of the athletes that, has shown that he is very capable of pulling off another fantastic run, and especially coming up at the Racers Grand Prix, since June is his month anyway, is Kishane Thompson. Reason is, track is, he literally opened this season sub 10. How many of them opened up with a sub 10? Track is not many, I can say that much. The only one that literally pops up off the top of my head is Akani Simbine, because I clearly, vividly remember him running what was then the world lead, 9.90 seconds. Track is done in Botswana. So yeah, outside of, Akani Simbine, that has been also crushing it this season, not anybody else opened up running a sub 10. And Kishane has literally only raced a handful of times. Of course, for me, track is, this information is very valuable metadata, especially for the seasons upcoming. What is Kishane Thompson likely to look like when he opens his season in May? Well, guess what? He will likely open his season in May with a sub 10 performance. That is what he has proved. And as far as I'm concerned, track is, with so much upsides, he's only going to be getting more ridiculous as the seasons progress. But anyway, as I said, the big question is, Saturday, the 7th of June, what should we expect? Not gonna lie, track is, all signs and all roads lead to Kishane Thompson smashing that world lead. As I said, the world lead stands at 9.86 seconds. A one-off run, track is, with the expectation of high quality competition between himself and Oblique Seville. Track is, I'm expecting that both these athletes will push each other to a fantastic performance come the 7th of June. So yeah, man, track is, look out for that world leading performance. I'm actually looking for a 9.8 low. Believe me, track is a 9.8 low I'm looking for. Yeah, man, I definitely think that Kishane Thompson, given again, what we've seen from him in previous years, which is not that much since he literally just came on the scene, I think it's fair to estimate, given that his season doesn't seem as interrupted as it was in his other seasons. Look here, if he can come up with such an on and off season and drop a 9.77 at the trials, oh my gosh, what do you think he's going to do in a one off race a couple weeks out from the national championships? Now, scotch the earth, now bun down Jamaica. I'm excited for sure, trackers, and I'm looking forward to seeing that men's 100 meters. Things are really shaping up nicely as we head into trials. I'm seeing more and more athletes show hints, show signs of what to expect by the time we get around to trials, and I'm excited for that. The Americans have, almost 2 months to go pretty much until their trials rolls around, so they have a bit more time. But yeah, I'm expecting the times or the performances to get incrementally better as we progress closer to that all important trials, one from a Jamaican perspective, and clearly, yes, from an American perspective as well. And of course, there are a few more diamond leagues to look out for as well, where those athletes will be turning up and crushing it. But as I said, this weekend, all eyes will be on Kishane Thompson. Him say anyway I'm there, that is where we're supposed to look. So yeah, man, track is, we're eagerly anticipating his performance. And yes, track is, as I said, I will be there. Make sure you're there. I'm excited to see everyone turn up for this particular meeting and full out the stadium. Make them sure, say, yeah, man, we can have an absolutely fantastic event. That's not junior when it comes to track and field here at the National Stadium. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So Kishane lines up this weekend over the men's 100 meters. Do you think he has it in him right now to shatter the world lead? Do you think he's not in that type of shape right now? What are your thoughts? Sound off for sure. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.